Today we're going to build an 18 bottle combo retail rack. So we've opened up the box and you'll find all the parts in one box. Okay, now we've taken everything out of the box and here are the parts. There are 3 bottle rack holders. There's 2 sides for the return bin. There's the front of the return bin with an opening for the EM box. This is the top of the return bin and the bottom hammock for the return bin. This is the side that holds the racks for the bottle. And then the back of the return bin. That's your parts. You should have all the screws that are available and ready to go. First thing we're going to do is we're going to take the return rack and the side, and you can see here that it clips in right here, and that's where we're going to clip it in, and we're going to put a screw through here. Okay, so first we'll put the screws in by hand and just tighten them up by hand only. Okay, so now we're going to attach the other side of the return bin. The same thing, putting the screws in by hand. Continuing to put the screws in. Ready for the back of the return bin.
Okay.
And this will clip in just like the sides did. And now we will attach the screws as we did on the side, hand tight only. So at this point, we've got all the screws in place, and now we can tighten all the bolts. So now we're going to put the bottom hammock in, and if you notice, you want to make sure that these tabs, this would be the top, so that the support when you're pressuring this will be on the tab this way. So now we're going to place the hammock in. Remember to not put the screws on the back because you'll have to open it up a little bit to be able to place it in. And there we go. The rack's complete. Now we'll just put the last remaining screws in and the return bin is built. So now we're going to continue to tighten up all the screws on the return bin before placing on the bottle rack. Now we're going to take the top and we're going to place that
goes in the back.
on the top, and if you notice, the white clips here are going to hold the extension cord. So those have to line up with back here where the extension cord is going to go.
So where is this at? Hold on.
And now we hand tighten the screws to the top of the rack. Now that we have the screws all in place, we're going to tighten them all up firm. Okay, so now we're going to take our EM box.
One.
And we're going to slide that right in to where.
Let's get the bottom. Yep, you got the bottom? Yep. Your hand out of the way? We're good?
And that'll slide all the way through. And you'll see to match up the clips there for 4 screws. So we're putting the 2 screws on each side, hand tight. And now that those are in, we're going to tighten them up fully.
Just a little.
If you're using an extension cord, you'll note that that's the plug right there. And then that'll go onto these clips and feed down to the bottom. Okay, so here is the return bend part of the combo rack completed. All the screws are tightened up, and next we will build the bottled water rack that attaches to the side of it. This is the side panel for the bottled water rack. These are the actual bottled water racks. So we'll start off by putting the first one on the top and attaching it to the side back.
Ready?
That they'll line up with the inside, and we'll put them right through the clips. And then we'll be putting the screws right straight in here. There's a set screw that goes on the rack here. We're going to tighten everything by hand only.
Oh, you have it.
Okay, now we're going to place the second one in the middle. Same process. Put the screws in by hand only. And now we'll place the bottom rack in. Same process. Put the screws in, hand tight. Okay, so next we will take the supporting brackets.
How many? Just a,
There's 3 of them. And we'll be placing those
should we start from the top?
Yep. And again, just hand tight on all these.
Move over.
We're going to take the final piece, which is the side of the bottle rack, and we're going to place that through the tabs. Line everything up, and it should fit right in place. And then we'll continue to put the rest of the screws in.
Everything's tight.
Again, everything will just be hand tight at this point on the bottled water rack itself. Okay, so now all the screws are in place. We're going to go around and tighten all the bolts.
You both have
Okay,
one
so
already?
here is the complete rack. This is the 18 bottle combo rack. 18 bottles here, and then the return bin for 18 bottles.